Hi everyone, hope you are doing well from whatever you're watching this channel, depending on your time zone. Now, during the campaign time, William Samoei Ruto promised the electorate that if he becomes the president, he's going to roll out the Hustlers Fund to help the Mboga, Bodaboda, small-scale business, medium, so that they can borrow that money without necessarily paying any interest. That was the program Ruto was going to roll out. Ruto went further to promise that each and every constituency is going to get 100 million Hustlers Fund to help these people. So that means every constituency was going to get their share of the money. But then, I remember the current Nairobi governor, Johnson Sakaja, coming out to challenge William Ruto with a proper calculation he did, and confirmed to the electorate that William Ruto was definitely lying to them. Because according to what Sakaja calculated, it was clear that those people who are doing welding, those people who are Mboga, those people who are running Bodaboda, those people who are electrician, he mentioned all of those sectors. And it was clear if Ruto was going to offer money to these people, then the calculation of 100 million was coming to 2,000 to each and every entrepreneur yearly. So look at that. But no one listened to this. No one took what Sakaja was talking seriously. They thought it was a joke. I remember analyzing that video some time back. But then the president is finally here, he's in office, and he's rolling out the Hustlers Fund. And according to what they're rolling out, it is emerging that, number one, you're going to pay interest to that money. Before there was no interest. Number two, now it is turning out clear that if you default that loan, definitely you are going to land in the jail for 5 years. This is what the nation shared. 10 million fine or 5 years in prison if you misappropriate Hustlers Fund. I don't want to focus on this much because this one is touching on the people who will be employed in that sector to make sure that people are being facilitated with this Hustlers Fund. But I want to go deeper on what is touching now on the borrower or the people who are referred to as hustlers, the Mboga, what it means for Mboga and those other people. Government rolled out its first Hustlers Fund beneficiary on December 1st, 2022. Here are some of the requirements that will be needed for you to apply. Mboga, Bodaboda, the welder, the tailor, what now? Listen to this carefully. Number one, form a youth or woman group. Number two, draft a business proposal. Good. Number three, produce good contact certificate. Okay. Number four, share residential address. Number five, produce signature from 4 guarantors. 2 must be your relatives. Okay. Number 6, sign a non-disclosure agreement to serve a jail term for defrauding the government if you fail to repay within 6 months. Number 7, open a bank account with the National Bank or KCB. Number 8, produce KRA PIN certificate. I want to repeat number 6. Sign a non-disclosure agreement to serve a jail term for defrauding the government if you fail to repay within 6 months. When you're not going to pay this money, you are going to serve for a jail term. But you will sign a disclosure, a non-disclosure agreement. Kama ile yenye China ilisign na Kenya. So you can't disclose it. Once you disclose it, again, you have another case to answer. Okay? That is the main point here. Forget about all those other theories. These other things, they have been existing. And I'm asking a question here. Which one is better between being put on CRB and going to jail? I'm saying being put on CRB because I want to bring in the issue of the youth fund and the women fund. These are the programs we have had earlier. So between Hustlers Fund and the Youth Fund, which one is better? Between Hustlers Fund and the Women Fund, which one is better? Going to jail or being put on CRB? Those are the questions we are asking here today, and as we continue with this panel discussion, just a quick request for those who are watching and they are yet to subscribe, please consider subscribing so that another time, once we release a video like this one, you will always get notified. Again, to all our channel subscribers, and on the comment, those who have joined the channel membership and those who are super chatting us in our premium, I must say thank you so much for your unconditional support. Again, I'm requesting you to give this video a thumbs up. And by the way, by giving a thumbs up is also another way of supporting our content. Thank you, and back to our discussion. Here is now the truth. Hustlers Fund was a fraud. This was just a narrative to mislead the electorate, the youth, women, to vote for William Samoei Ruto. But this is one of the worst ideas Kenyans bought into. But again, I have no regret because I was here explaining to you when Sakaja exposed William Samoei Ruto. This Hustlers Fund was just hot air. It is now turning out clear that Ruto is making it so much hard to access Hustlers Fund more than how we have been accessing Youth Fund and the Women Fund and any other loan that we have had in this country. Hustlers Fund is going to be very hard to access. In other words, Ruto is making it so much hard so that he will come back to say that I rolled out Hustlers Fund, but people refuse to access it. But in real sense, it is going to be a very hard thing to access. This is one of the worst ever we are going to have in this country. So, Mama Mboga should be informed that Ruto was simply lying, but he had no plan to roll out such a program. This is the worst we are having. So if you are waiting for Hustlers Fund, please forget or prepare to serve a jail term in case you miss to pay this money. I'm talking like this because I'm well aware. I know of so many youth groups that were taking Youth Fund. But even 10 years, long time ago up to now, those groups never pay back the money. No one is following them. Some people went into business, the business failed, they don't pay back. People went into business, they succeed, but our Kenyan culture, you don't pay. You just continue. They did like that. But no one is following these people. They were simply put on CRB. But now, you cannot try to play such a joke with William Samoei Ruto. The 100 million he was talking about in every constituency is not going to be there. That's why it's making this situation very hard for anyone who would want to think into that direction. And I want to read some of the comments from Kenyans on this, because now people are also communicating. This is what some people are saying here. Boge KJ, we voted for you without condition. Fulfill your promise without condition. Moses Yule wa Bunyore. It's our money and we are the taxpayers. So if you're going to give us ultimatum on Hustler Fund rather than money should be channeled out into something else like reviving Mumias Nzoia Sugar Company. Oscar Malcolm X, what if one swindle 100 million and is fined only 10 million, meaning will still go scot-free with 90 million. This is Kenya. Be careful. Thirdly, Gachagua alisema kama hustlers hawafanyi kazi afungwe jela miaka 5. Philip Dapash, so-called freedom turning to be operation of hustlers. Enoch Korir, let all Kenyans take it and default that loan and await disciplinary action. Joe Pix Studio, I remember Gachagua saying once they are in power, all these hustlers watawekwa ndani. I thought it was a joke. Now see how they are laying traps. Dopia Wendo, sasa kama unaomba loan 10 million, fine mtu atatoa wapi? I will advise them to build more prison because it's about to be congested. Those are some of the comments from Kenyans. This money will be there, but for a few individuals who are going to defraud it, the top there is just money. Maybe Ruto is planning to use in 2027 for campaign, but he want to bring here as hustlers fund, but just hold it up there. And then in the next election, he will come out with what we always refer to as handout, give to you, lie to you with false hopes, and then you will vote for him and he will become your president for another 5 years. Prepare for 10 years of suffering because it has become hard for some people to learn the reality about William Ruto. I don't know what to think about this, but let us meet in the comment section for continuation of this conversation. Thank you.